We see the pictures. It is obvious that the devastation in Haiti is horrifying. But to earthquake experts, it isn't surprising. According to the U.S. Geological Survey, earthquakes kill 10 times more people, and the damage can be 100 times higher in developing countries. The reason, a lack of strict building codes like we have here in the U.S. Crisis management expert Mark Ghilarducci joining us this morning from Sacramento, California, to tell us a little bit more about how to get the people of Haiti out of the streets and into safe structures, and whether the country can actually rebuild effectively this time. Good to have you with us this morning. Tell us, before we can even get to that point of rebuilding these structures, in the short term, there are so many needs. One of those basic needs is shelter. What can be done for people immediately?
Well, you know, there are a lot of priorities, and I think that the normal process in these kind of events is to move in, tenting type of shelters, something to get people out of the elements into a relatively safe and secure environment in a temporary way. In the same time, then a plan needs to be developed to begin the process of looking forward to building a more sort of midterm set of housing solutions, so to get people into a little bit more long-term housing as the infrastructure gets rebuilt and the homes get rebuilt in the area. And
just give us an idea too, before we even move into that midterm, how long can people actually stay in these short-term shelters, whether they be tents or something even a little bit more substantial?
Well, quite a long time. I mean, we've seen in many disasters around the world and even here in the United States, from a short-term standpoint, the kind of tents that are made today, some are rigid shell or rigid roofed tenting that can actually provide a pretty good environment for a period of time. So, realistically, with the number of people that we're talking about here and the need, there could be several months that they would have to be in the tents in these situations.
And it will take, I would imagine, but if not several weeks, perhaps several months, to clear out some of the areas where the actual rebuilding needs to begin. Give us an idea of the timeline there when it comes to rebuilding these structures, homes, businesses, offices.
Well, this is going to be many-year effort, and really it's a world community effort. It's going to need a good set of coordinated plans, the United Nations, and maybe a task force of experts and planners coming in to, first of all, clearing the debris that has been created by the earthquake, and then moving forward in increments to be able to prioritize what structures and what parts of the community they want to get rebuilt first, second, and third. Certainly the infrastructure will be important, water systems, sewage systems, the kind of basic need systems, communications, to get those parts of the community back fully operational, make sure the roads are safe, and then, move forward with the actual reconstruction of the buildings.
And when it comes to that reconstruction, how do you ensure that they're safe? As we mentioned, there are not building codes like there are here in the United States. They use concrete with no rebar. So how do you make sure that those codes are enforced there on the ground?
Well, this is a big thing after big disasters, particularly in different parts of the world. And while this is a tremendous tragedy, there is opportunity to be found with the rebuilding process. And as funds come in to rebuild, criteria can be put forth to develop some level of building standard for future building. And the whole idea here is to build back safer and stronger, so that the community becomes resilient to future disasters.
Right, and who should be
more sustainable.
Real quickly before we let you go, who should be in charge of that? Because we've mentioned so many officials killed perhaps in the disaster. I mean, who oversees this massive effort?
Well, I think in this case, it's going to be an international effort. The United Nations can initially take the lead, but the Haitian government and the people of Haiti need to be a part of this. This is the community that they live in and will continue to live in. So it really is a joint effort to approach this. But really, I think initially the United Nations is in a great position to be able to pull together all these experts from around the world and lead this task force forward.
And how important is that, just from an emotional standpoint, to the Haitian people to be a part of that recovery, to see it happening sooner rather than later?
It's absolutely critical. I mean, to have a sustainable community, one needs to invest into their community, and they're proud of their community, and so it is important that they not only are involved initially, but that they also see the progress. And this particular event will result in just tremendous psychological impact for many years to come, and it does build hope amongst people to see that their community is rebuilding, cleaning up. And getting to a place that could be just wonderful again.
And any bit of hope is so needed right now. Mark Ghilarducci, really appreciate your insight this morning. Thanks for being with us.
Happy to be here. Thanks.